There's a more superficial political pattern that I think has driven some of the politics of the behavior of people like these people in Florida with the Don't Say Gay bill. And that is, when all you have is a hammer, everything starts to look like a culture war. So you got a political faction that really doesn't have a lot of answers for many of the questions that people are wrestling with. They love talking about gas prices, but they don't have an answer on gas prices. They don't have an answer on inflation. Many of them answered our call for bipartisan infrastructure work with a no. Haven't seen an answer on what to do about the price of prescription drugs. They voted against lowering that. Don't have an answer on what to do about the cost of childcare. Don't have a great answer on taxes. Actually want to raise taxes for the poor. That's a new one. I thought I'd seen it all. Then I saw Senator Scott's proposal to raise taxes for the poor. That's not great territory for them to be debating on. So what do? They find somebody vulnerable and pick on them.
When I'm reelected, we will begin, and we have no choice, the largest deportation operation in American history. And the largest deportation operation in American history. Years, if you call them people, I don't know if you call them people. In some cases, they're not people, in my opinion, but these are animals, okay? You know, where people are coming from countries that you've never heard of, languages that nobody in this country speaks. We have languages that are like from the planet Mars. Nobody knows how to, speak it.
There has been a moral decay in our country because too many of our leaders have traded the truth for a lie. But you speaking up and exposing that and speaking truth to power is changing the tide.
The other thing that I'm going to bring to your attention today is an issue we have with a radical, woke, activist judge that is trying to pressure one of our school districts into going in and changing past birth certificates. I want to alert the board, we are seeing more and more of this where judges are acting way out of bounds. We see a lot of this coming from the Biden administration trying to force dictates onto our states and onto our individual schools. The reality is, a child's gender on their birth certificate is their gender.
Secretary Buttigieg is right. The Republicans have absolutely no plans to fix any of the issues that they're talking about, and their entire act falls apart when they're called out for dodging the real concerns that actual Americans have in favor of made-up nonsense.
What does woke mean?
Woke means, to me, it's like policies and in the schools and companies that are forcing people basically to just go along with the tide. When a lot of people don't even want it, but they're just doing it because they don't want to fight.
So like LGBTQ rights, is that forcing people to?
Not rights. I mean, like I said, everybody should have rights, but it's really being forced upon children in schools. Like the things that are being taught to them, like they're having, parents don't have rights anymore. Like the rights of parents are being diminished, and the rights of the government and the school system are being expanded, and so our kids are in danger. I mean, kids are getting mutilated and making choices like, if you had a 10-year-old kid, would you let them get a tattoo? Would you be like, yeah, you think you should get a tattoo? Yeah, sure, get a tattoo on both arms. No, you wouldn't do that, but we're letting kids decide at young teens and young 12-year-olds that change your life forever, cut off your body parts.
The gender reassignment, that's what
you're just all those things. Those things should not be encouraged in kids.
I mean, I guess my perception of being woke is just, being aware of what is going on around you and just...
So that's a good thing then to be woke?
Yes.
So all these people who say, the country's too woke, we shouldn't be woke. What does that mean?
I guess they're pertaining to that we're just way too inclined in what people are telling us, which I can see that part of it. You have people saying, oh, let's do this, and then people are kind of just following along, which that is another part of being woke. But on the other hand, it is okay to be woke sometimes of what is going on, just still being true to who you are.
And it's okay to follow along with the crowd?
No, I'm not saying it's okay to follow along with the crowd.
What does woke mean?
Woke is just... when you picture someone woke, you know, usually the blue, green-haired leftists spitting in your face or just trying to talk to them, you know, like they get all crazy and riled up for no reason, you know.
So it's based on how people look, or
It's
based
not exactly based on how they look, but also like kind of like how they think as well about certain things. Like basically, like they're not like open-minded. Like if you try to like explain something to them, they'll say, "Oh, you're crazy," you know, blah blah blah, whatever. Like they won't want to listen to like your view.
Do you think they knew that he's the human embodiment of the 900 pages of Project 2025?
Well, you know, it's a great point. Project 2025 is wildly unpopular, so much so that I'm pretty sure it's the first time in modern history that a presidential candidate has had to disavow his own policy framework. And let's be clear, that's what this is, right? Just because they dissociate with the guy who wrote it up and try to get a different brand name doesn't change the fact that before it occurred to anybody to write it down and call it Project 2025, this was already their governing agenda because it's part of the playbook they followed when they were in charge. And therefore, it will unquestionably be their governing agenda again, should he get reelected. The problem isn't this document called Project 2025, although, you know, it has embarrassed them, and it's that much more so because J.D. Vance literally wrote the foreword to the book edition of it, so they can't disavow it convincingly. But the problem isn't this thing called Project 2025. The problem is the governing agenda itself. Project 2025 is just the footnotes on what they're planning to do, which is wildly unpopular with the American people because it's full of crazy ideas that don't make any sense.
These are obviously smokescreens, but culture wars don't exist in a vacuum, and they never target the most powerful people. White Christian nationalism is at the heart of the current GOP, and the seemingly idiotic culture war headlines that we see on a daily basis hide much darker intentions and a much more vulnerable set of targets. Bans on gender-affirming care and abortion are already costing lives. A white supremacist fairy tale about Haitian immigrants eating pets led to bomb threats and hate groups marching in Springfield, Ohio. So let's call these things out for the insane ploys that they are, but never forget that the damage they do isn't just rhetorical. There's a real cost here, and real people are paying it.